Ireland is a very beautiful place to be. Ireland has so many tourist sites and tourist attractions. In every part of Ireland, there must be something significant for tourists in Ireland to see. And in Dublin, there are lots of them. In Cork, Killarney, Donegal, many places to be. Then, in every vicinity and every town, there is a special park with lakes, with gym equipments, with play stores for kids, everything you want, football pitch, basketball pitch, every vicinity in Ireland have this to enjoy. So guys, I didn't mention this in my previous video. There are lots of good things about Ireland you still need to hear. But if you watch that video, click and watch. All right, go and watch that video, then you come and see the downsides of Ireland. This downside, I'm not saying it from a general perspective, but these are from my observations living in Ireland for some years now. Hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel. This is always Linda of Linda Michaels TV. You're highly welcome to this video. In today's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys the downsides of Ireland, or the things I may not like living in Ireland. If you are new to this channel, hello, you're welcome. Make yourself comfortable and be part of this fam by clicking the subscribe button, turning on the notification bell if you are interested in such videos as this. The number one thing I detest about living in Ireland is housing crisis. Everyone knows this, and if you don't know it, just know it now. If you are interested about Ireland, be ready for the housing crisis, to face it. Ireland is a very small country with a very small population. This country has been living peacefully all the while. Even the name is silent in the hearing of most people. But recently, after the Brexit, there is so much immigration into Ireland. Many people are migrating and there are job openings. Most companies that used to have their headquarters in the UK, they now have their headquarters in Ireland, such as Microsoft, Google, Netflix, and most other big companies and final companies worldwide from the US and from all over the world. They mounted their EU headquarters in Ireland because Ireland is the only English-speaking country in the EU. And this gave Ireland an open space, like a very great opportunity for jobs, and companies keep hiring people both locally and internationally. So this continued in giving hike to the housing crisis because many people are coming into the country. There have already been issues with housing and this continued. But in this situation, they're still building houses, they're still developing estates, and people are still getting places to live. But if you are new in Ireland, it's difficult to get housing. Like some people contact me, please help me find a place. That's a very difficult thing for you to be outside Ireland to get a place. For you to get a permanent place in Ireland, you must be working in Ireland already. You must be living, because what your landlords will ask you, you won't have them living outside Ireland. You must have those stuff while living in Ireland. Housing is a very big issue in Ireland. So I've made a video of how to find accommodations in Ireland. This is that video. So if you want to know how you can walk through your way in finding an accommodation in Ireland, go watch this video. You will have a lot to learn there. Another issue about Ireland is high cost of living. I know many countries are experiencing this crisis in high cost of living. It's not only Ireland, but particularly in Ireland, with the high cost of rent that are very expensive to get, it made the high cost of living to continue to be on the high side. Before COVID, things were cheaper in the supermarket. Like, we relocated before COVID. I know how things were in the country, in the EU country we were staying then. Then when we visited the supermarkets here, we saw that they are a bit cheaper here. But since after COVID, from the war of Ukraine and Russia, everything in Europe went high, and it affected Ireland also. Things increased in the supermarkets, the landlords increased the rent, the electricity bill went high, gas bill went high rates of everything, even the fuel and diesel and gas, everything went high. So there is high cost of living in Ireland. But I know it's all over the world, but just know it's in case you're having the thoughts of relocating to Ireland, be ready to face the situation. The third thing I don't like about living in Ireland is the Irish English accent, guys. When you are new, you will find it difficult to understand an Irish when they're speaking. Like, when they talk to you, you will feel like you don't know English anymore. You will be like, can you say that again, please? Can you repeat? Because you won't understand what they mean. Unless you integrate with them, now form the habit of opening your ears to understand what they're saying, because the Irish accent is quite different from the normal English accents someone might know. Like where we were coming from, you can easily understand when a British talks or when someone from the US speaks. But when an Irish speaks, you have to put more effort to understand. So initially it was like a challenge, but when you start working with them, going to school, like you will get adapted to their accent, and you will then understand what they mean when they speak. So this one is just for people that just migrated at the initial stage. It's a little bit challenging for them. The fourth thing I don't like about Ireland is there are lots of scammers, guys. There are lots of scammers from every aspect. You will be receiving some messages that your AIB account is at risk, that if you want to save your account, you should click on this link. They kept sending this message to me and to my hubby. We don't have accounts with AIB Bank. They will tell you that your car, the motorway, that you used the toll you didn't pay, to avoid getting fines, that you should click on this link to pay up your debt. When you click on that link, if you put your credit card in there, your account may be at risk. They'll keep telling you, sending message that your PPS number, public service number for everyone. They will tell you that this PPS number was used in a fraudulent act. To clarify yourself, click on this link. So these are some of their methods. These are digital ones. And sometimes they have called me one day that someone used my account to make an order on Amazon of 1,000 euro order, that they stopped it, that they are calling from my bank. So I should tell them the last 4 digits of my bank account. I said, no, if I release this last 4 digits, that means they will have access to my account. I said, no, I won't. Are you calling from my bank? They said, yes. What I did was to do a big transfer to the other accounts I have, just in case, but I didn't release my last 4 digits. Then sometimes you may go to Facebook Marketplace and you're looking for a house. They did this one to one of my friends that are trying to relocate, you know. So when they tell you they have a place, is so amount that you should come, that they will give it to you, then you accept. They'll ask you to pay online. And I have made this video already to my subscribers in the housing video, telling them that anybody that asks you to pay anything online, that you shouldn't pay, that you should come first, see the house, get the keys, then give the money, or you give the money at the same time getting the keys. That you should not pay without seeing the house. So when they asked her to pay, I said, no, she's not gonna pay online. She will give you the whole cash, the deposit and everything. Then they went on to say like, she should come. By the time she was coming, flying the air to land, they sent me a message, sorry, the house has been rented out. So this made Facebook Marketplace to be so fraudulent for those looking for temporary accommodations. But at the same time, you may still get genuine ones, but scammers are still there. Sometimes you may see something online like phone or laptop or any other article. Then you want to bargain with them how you can meet and order. They'll ask you to pay online. Don't pay online. Facebook Marketplace is a local thing. It's within a location. So for you to purchase, you have to do it face to face. Like they gave you the item, you give them the money. If they ask you to pay online, forget it. So these are some of the things happening in Ireland. It's a lot. And sometimes when you bargain with them and they say they will deliver it at home, they may give you the fake one and take your money and run away. So all these things are happening in Ireland, and most people that are doing this are not even 100% Irish. So when you are dealing with people in Ireland, just be watchful. Don't trust like that. Don't just trust in any transaction of money or business. Just be very, very careful. Once Ireland is concerned, there are so many scammers here. You can be scammed easily. Another thing I may not like about Ireland, it's not like 100% bad, but considering other EU countries, the health system. In most EU countries, they have free health care for families without your means, whether you earn high or low. But in Ireland, healthcare here is means tested. Like your income will be considered. If you're earning up to a certain amount, you won't have a free medical care. You must pay for every medical care for adults. But for kids from 0 to 3 years and for elderly from 65 years upwards, healthcare is free for them. Or those that have chronic diseases like diabetes, hypertension, asthma, those that have chronic diseases, their healthcare is also free. They receive free GP visits and they get free medications for their sickness. And they also get free lip card, bus card that is being supplied with money to move around. So they are counted as vulnerable to an extent, you know. So for those, I praise the government for that, for providing that, and for the kids, the toddlers and the elderly. So they're doing great in that aspect. And for most disabled, their health care in Ireland is free. But if you are working and you are sound and maybe you earn certain amounts, you have to pay for you and your children that are above 3 years. You have to pay for your hospital visits. So, but in some countries, it's not means tested at all. Once you are sick, you visit the hospital and you get your treatment, and you have chronic diseases, you still get free medication. Another thing I may not like personally about living in Ireland is about the kids' school. When you are relocating from another country, there's a possibility of making your kids step down 2 classes from the class they were before. Assuming your child was in 3rd class, they will make that child to go to 1st class. So in the country where you were before, like this happened to me personally, to my kids, they were reduced like 2 years from the year they were before. So, and not only my children, I saw other families, the same thing happened to them. But I'm not generalizing this because schools may differ, counties may differ, and things may differ in other places. But I experienced this and I really didn't like it. But because when I count back and remember, my child would have graduated by this time, but coming to Ireland made them to have 2 years in addition. But when you look at it, their age mates are still in the same class with them. Like they're still in the same class with their age mate, either a year older or a year younger or the same year. So I count it as the method of Ireland. They go to school like later. Like you can see a 6th-year student of Ireland looking like a staff in an office when they dress up. You say, oh, is this person still in school? So that's their school method. They finish like later, sort of. So if you wouldn't like your child to be set back, kind of, be prepared if you want to relocate to Ireland. It may not happen to them, but it may happen also because I experienced that. Another thing that is a con for Ireland is the tax rate, guys. In Ireland, the tax is cut by 40% for general people. Like when you're working and you don't have a family and you earn a certain amount, so they go by 40% if you earn high. But if you earn low, it's 20%. So for families, even if you earn to a certain amount, like 700 a week, you are expected not to pass that 700 a week. They will cut you by 20% if you earn within 700 and less in a week. But when you earn more than 700 a week, not for everybody, for some people with family, if you earn more than 700 a week, then you may be judged with 40%. So if you want a lower tax, then you know how to work around your shifts. So this work is easier with those with agency, so they know how to work around their shifts. Yeah, but it's not too bad. But those that don't have families, that their tax are being cut by 40%, I hear them complain a lot, but that's the system and you can't change it. Everyone pays tax in Europe, you know, except those that have family that their own is judged by 20%. But it's not bad for family people, but those without family, they find it like it's not easy for them. Yeah. So guys, let's continue. The last downside of Ireland, I have to say, is the insurance. Insurance in Ireland is so high, like especially for new people, new drivers, and those that just relocated that don't have Irish driving license. You get your insurance on the high side. But if you have been driving for a long time and you have Irish driving license, you find your insurance getting cheap. Concerning insurance, there are many things that makes it high or low. If you are a new driver, it will make it so high. Then if your car is old, like 10 years and above, you will pay higher. And if your car has a very big engine, you're gonna pay higher. So if you have all this, like if your car is high and you're a new driver and it's old, if you are taking the insurance for the first time, it may be around 1,500. Like you will find it so high to deal with. So for you to start, you need to get a lower car. If you're a new driver, don't get a car that is so high in the engine, like the engine size, like big cars, and don't buy too old a car. It will affect your insurance. So if you have, like, if you take a car like 10 years and above, and you take a very big car, you're gonna pay so big. Irish insurance is not cheap, but if you walk around your way, you find it easier by getting a car that is not so old, not so high in the engine size, and you having a new driver's license. It will help you to have a cheaper insurance. So, but if you are new here, it's gonna be high if you don't have the Irish driving license. Yeah. So guys, these are some of the things I could tell you now. I can still make another video and tell you more things as time goes, and as I get more experience on things happening, I'll still let you know. And if there is any video you want me to talk about, then you tell me in the comment section. And if there is anything you don't like about Ireland, still tell me in the comment section. Okay, watch out for places where you can get cheaper rates in Ireland. Watch out for that video. Yeah, because people have been asking me to recommend places for them. So instead of recommending in backyard consults, guys, I'm gonna put it in video because I've recommended for so many people. Now watch out for my video, subscribe to my channel, click on the notification bell so you will see any new video I post. And for this video, please try to like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. Thank you guys. See you in my next video. Bye.